Hello, leaders. Hey, this is Paul Grau, and welcome to the weekend edition of Run to Your Leadership Challenges, the daily show that helps you leverage conflict to master your leadership skills and live your best life. Hey, I hope everyone's doing great today because it's the weekend. Now, I titled this episode, These 5 Minutes Will Change Your Life. And I'm not talking about the 3 to 5 minutes of this show specifically. Although I do think this show can change your life if you apply the stuff we talk about every day. The 5 minutes that I'm referring to that'll change your life is the first 5 minutes of your day, or at least the first 5 minutes that you're awake and start to do something. This past week, my wife Jen talked a lot about ants, or our automatic negative thoughts that we all have. She also told us about the best time to eliminate your negative thoughts and gave us a few examples. Well, today, I want to share a routine that I try to do every day. And now for the record, I have to admit, I don't do it every day, but I can also tell you it's easy to recognize the days I do miss. And after Jen's interview last week, I realized that I don't do it every day because I don't stick with it long enough. You remember she talked about doing it 21 days and then 42 days, and it'll be locked in. So I try to begin each day, or the first 5 minutes, just talking for 1 minute and then listening for 4 minutes. Now, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, well, I talk about my plans for the day, what I want to get accomplished, and as many positive things that I can think about. I am basically living out a perfect day in a minute, and I'm saying it all. And I'm asking a few questions. Now, if you're wondering who I'm talking to, this is where my faith comes in. And if you don't believe the things that I believe, I invite you to still go through this process because it's amazing how much will come into your mind if you follow this routine every day. Now, I talk to God. I pour out everything to Him. I explain my plans for the entire day and what I want to accomplish. And I ask God to help me where I'll fall short and to give myself grace and the people around me grace. Needless to say, sometimes my 1 minute turns into 2 minutes, but I try to keep it as close to 1 minute as possible. Now, this is where it really gets good. After I talk for my 1 minute, I listen to God for the next 4 minutes. And those 4 minutes of silence are simply wonderful. Those 4 minutes take away my anxiety. Those 4 minutes put my mind in a positive state. Those 4 minutes allow me to see where my plan may be flawed and where I need to adjust a little bit. And those 4 minutes, man, they just comfort me. They are the most amazing 4 minutes of my day. Now, I know you may be wondering if I always hear God. And, well, no, I don't. But at the same time, I always get some kind of clarity with some part of my plan. And I believe that may be God nudging me in one way or another. The entire process of talking for 1 minute and listening for 4 comes from the book 2 Chairs by Mr. Bob Bodine. And I would highly recommend you read this book because it will literally change your life. Bob walks you through the entire process step by step, and there are many steps that I didn't include in this short show. And it will all make perfect sense after you're finished reading the book. By the way, if you're not a person of faith, I still invite you to do this exercise. Talk to yourself and lay out your entire day. And then just be quiet. Listen. Try to clear everything out of your mind and see what surfaces. Just listen, and you'll be amazed at what you hear. Oh, one other thing. If you do go over your 1 minute, Mr. Bodine says you should listen for 4 times the amount of time you talk. So, for example, if you talk for 2 minutes, then you need to be listening for 8 minutes, and so on. Hey, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and try to start your day off with this 5-minute exercise tomorrow morning. It has changed my life, and I believe it'll change yours as well. As always, feel free to contact me by emailing me at paul@clcteam.com with any questions, concerns, and possibly to request a specific challenge that you want me to discuss on the show in the future. Have a great rest of your weekend. And until tomorrow, run to your challenges.